Hey, welcome to Piston TV. Trav here. I'm back in my temporary workshop while the other one out the back's getting built. And I've just got to do this build because I'm running out of time. I've just finished off an engine. I don't know what you can see because I'm not looking at the camera. Over there for some guys that are riding the Fraser ride. Now I'm going to do my bike. So this is my bike. It is 2003 Postie. It was a contractor's bike. It has the bar across here where they have the yellow bags, had the racks on the back. She's had a hard life. It has done, yes, that's an 80,000 Ks, if that hasn't already been around the clock. Very original, very stock, and also very seized. So I'll do this one up. I've only got till the 6th, 7th and 8th of, well, only got till the 6th of October to get this one up and running. The reason I'm doing the build or the video on this is because most of you are probably going to get a bike like this if you get it from the auctions or you get it from, you know, your source one. If it hasn't been done, and you can get a bike like this and you're scared of doing it up, I'm just going to show you how to do it. So I am going to modify the engine and do a bit of work to it, but I will also be doing, you know, the brakes and wheels and everything like that, and we'll check out the engine and see what's wrong with it. I'll probably change the exhaust, but yeah, I'll show you everything of that as we go, and we'll get this thing ready to go. First step is I'm going to pull this sort of stuff off that I don't want. I've ordered a few parts, some indicator stalks and stuff like that. When then they turn up, tail light cover, just the basics. I've got the brake and rear hub assembly, so I'll order some new cush rubbers, which are this guy here, new rubbers. That one doesn't actually look bad, but I've only got one, so I'll get some more of them. Chain, sprockets, etc. Give it a clean. That's just literally oil and grime. Some of those actually, they clean up pretty good, these wheels, because they've got so much chain lube and oil on them that they clean up good. So yeah, we'll get it going. I'll start stripping it down. I'll be back with another video soon. I'll probably get to the point where the engine's out and I've got the basics of it off, and I'll take the head off that engine and see what we can see. It actually feels like the gears are selecting, no dramas. We'll have a look. We'll start with the cylinder head, take that head off and bore and see if it's that. If it's not that, then we're probably looking at the kickstart. It might just be the kickstart seized, broken a spring and spun around, but it is lock solid, and well, actually it's springing back, so it won't be that all. There'll be something in there that's not happy. So I'll pull it all apart. I'll get back to you when we get it done. See ya. Hey, welcome back to Postie TV. So we got that engine out of the bike, the 2003. We're doing up for the Postie ride for Red Bike Adventure. Now, first impressions, I've stripped it down, is that it's quite clean inside. It doesn't look like it's been pulled apart before, so we'll see. There's no huge discolorations or wear marks inside here on the cam itself. So the next thing I'll do is I'll take off the cam cover, take the cam gear off, or unbolt that from the cam, slide the cam out, undo these two bolts and lift the head off and see if we can see why it's seized. Hopefully it's in here. Hopefully it's not something catastrophic inside, but we'll see. One of the, you know, the main things that I worry about when I do these engines is the big end, like the bottom end's gone. That means you have to split the case apart, take it out, new bearings, etc, etc. That's probably, you know, the biggest thing you can do. But once you've done that though, you've got a complete new engine. There's obviously the primary drive, like the bearings and stuff in here you would have to change as well, and the seals. I normally do a complete gasket set, and O-rings and seals whenever I do any engine work. There's no point doing half of it and then having it, you know, leaking oil. And especially if you've done up a bike nice and paint job covered in oil, it's not a great look. This is a bottom end out of an engine that I was doing up here. It's, you can see that play in it. If I can get it out of the light. So that slops. So that will actually, the conrod will bounce up and down on that pin that goes through here. That pin where my little finger is. And there's a roller bearing in there that, you know, has worn out basically. It's done too many K. So I've got some of these coming new, new conrods, new bearings, and new pin. I get them taken away and machined for me, so they'll press them apart, put the new bearings in and press it together, and also press off these big end bearings here and redo them, and also this cam chain sprocket. So once you've done that though, like I said, you've really got a new engine. That's probably the, you know, if you can get an engine where this is still in good condition, there's not too much play in it, then you know you're halfway there. But if it's shot, you know, you want to refresh it. So yeah, that was just a little show to show you that. I'll take this head off and I'll be back. Alrighty, so I've got the head off obviously. As you can see, it doesn't look great. You know, all scaly, burnt oil on it. The valves in the head don't look great. I actually had one like this not long ago, not just a week or so ago, and I sent it off to the local machine shop and they did a really good job on it to come back like new. So I've got some valves here, new valves anyway, so I'll take this head off. I'll take it in, they'll sandblast it, clean it up, they'll do a grind on the head itself, and they'll polish up the valves if they can. If not, I've got other ones there, and then they'll reseat it, put it on, and then I normally do the little valve seal. So it's only got one valve seal for the head, so only one side has it. I think it's the exhaust side is the only one that has it. It's important that you put that on so it stops oil leaking into the head, or into the chamber, basically the combustion chamber, and then that sort of helps with this sort of crud building up and burnt oil. So when they do that, I always give them one of those little seals and get them to put that on for me at the same time, while they've got the, you know, the valve tools, which makes it a lot easier. It still sees this engine, so I'll undo these two and take out the pulley. You can see that's cam chain roller there. It's got a bit of wear on it, a fair bit of wear. So it's sort of a bit interesting, this one, because I'm not sure how many Ks this engine has done. The bike obviously has a lot of Ks on it, whether this is the original engine or yeah, I'm not sure. As I say, it looks like it hasn't been pulled apart before, so yeah. Alright, I'll keep going. Alrighty, so cylinder's off. It was stuck in the cylinder. Had a bit of crud on it. It actually wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. The piston has got some, you know, some wear in it. But I just tapped it with a hammer. Just got an old axle, and just tapped it with a hammer. And as soon as I did that, it freed up. With the kickstart, you know, you don't want to kick it. If it's seized up, it's going to be hard to get it over, and you don't know what damage you're doing until you get inside it. So, you know, I just got the cam chain here, and I can move that quite easily. Obviously I'll take the stator cover off, clutch cover off, and inspect it and just see if there's anything else wrong with it. But at the moment it looks like that was just the piston stuck inside the cylinder. So I was talking about that play before, so don't wiggle it off the piston, because you'll get, you know, with the gudgeon pin you'll get slop on that. So it's actually the conrod itself. Sorry about this lighting. It actually got minimal movement at all. Movement. It's got minimal movement at all. It's actually quite good. So I'll be inspecting the engine, checking it all over, clean it all up, spin everything, make sure the bearings and everything free. But it might be the case that we're just going to do the top end on this. See how we go. All right, thanks for watching. I'll be back soon, and we'll in the next video we'll take the covers off, clean it up, and see how we go. I've got a piston here that piston and bore that I got done at the local machine shop. It's bored out a long way. It's quite a big bore, so there's hardly anything left at the bottom of the cylinder, so I won't take it out because it's packaged. But this here is paper thin on that one. So and some experimental pistons I'm trying out, so that'll be fun to see how they go. So yeah, we're just going to make sure that the bottom end is tough. It's not worn out too much, because if you start put bigger pistons and doing that sort of thing, we're going to blow the bottom end out quicker than we would normally. And thanks for watching. We'll keep going. We'll get this bike done so I can do the ride on. I've actually got another ride planned on this bike after the Fraser Island ride, and that's an outback ride with my brother on his bike as well. So I'm just going to make sure I get it 100% this engine, because a couple of big rides planned for it. All right, I'll speak to you soon. Bye.